Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Welcome to Sorry for Asking.
I'm Cole Connor.
And I'm Adam Ramzi, and we are so sorry. We had a bit of a technical issue with our last videos.
Well, we're in a new space.
Yes.
We're
Still
not
getting used to
engineers.
it.
We're porn stars.
Yeah.
So we are not.
Damn technology.
We're not tech people.
Yeah. So
And we've got this camera and this camera
and then that one here.
Hi.
Yes, as you may have noticed, if you watch the Michael Boston episode, which was so much fun, the last 5 minutes we lose sync with the audio. So thank you for being patient. And then
What did we end up putting on it? Well,
it
this was
just
going before both episodes.
No, this is releasing today, which is September 9th or 10th, whatever. Anyway, it's Wednesday. Our audio dropped for today's episode, in which we review each other's first scenes ever. So today, because we lost the video for that, we're just going to do a little recap of the episode. And then we're going to direct you. Let's look below. There's a link to our website where you can find the audio a much more detailed account of our first episode. So this is going to be a quick one, a quick little lightning round. Are you ready, Cole?
I guess.
Okay, cool.
So the video, the problem with the video was because our files were the files are very big because it's in 4K, and we wanted to downgrade them so that it was easier to transfer.
It was my fault.
Would you say you are sorry for asking?
I'm never more than in my life. I just wanted to deal with smaller files, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're here. We're learning as we go. We're learning to be our own engineers.
We're doing it.
Tony's been a great help.
Self-made women.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to do this really quick. Okay, so in this episode, I talk about my first ever scene with Raging Stallion, directed by Tony Dimarco, in a film called Hole 2. Mr. Connor here.
It also was for Raging Stallion with Tony Dimarco as the director, with Chad Hammer, and Killian Knox.
Yeah. So what we have in common here is that we were both asked to do our first ever studio scenes by Raging Stallion, both directed by Tony Dimarco, and both led to us being requested to become exclusives with the company.
I took the offer.
I did not. I wasn't ready. I was like,
it was a different time.
I'm still in the middle of my graduate program. I wasn't ready to commit fully, but I still worked with them a lot. I got to work with other studios as well. So I'm gonna do a quick recap. So in the episode, he asked me questions. We do a run through of the entire thing, and I talk about the fact that it's my first time. Joe Parker and I totally fall in love. Have a little bit of an issue. We're in this Saw set.
It was, it's like a jail cell with a black and white TV and that is playing porn.
It's playing porn.
And
I get thrown in there looking all scared.
Yeah.
With this
we don't know why.
Sex star prisoner. There's no lines. And immediately start, literally, I'm just like, wow, where am I?
Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, wow, you're hot. Boom. We start sex ensues.
I'd have
basically.
to ask Tony, but I'm not sure that he's very excited by filming B-roll.
You think?
You
worked with him a lot.
Yeah, I think in what's the one that I got Best Actor for? Please don't. Let me pretend that I don't know.
Ride or Die.
Ride or Die.
Ride or Die. He directed that one.
He directed that one.
Okay.
So, and there's definitely B-roll in that.
Yeah, that's really dialogue heavy, right?
Yeah. But that was also written.
Yes.
By Ben Rush. So.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like most of the other stuff is all sex movies.
Okay. Yeah, that was my only time working with Tony. Ended up being a very long day. I worked with Joe Parker, who was at the time, I think it was his last studio scene ever because it was just such a complicated day. We started out going really smooth. Everything was going really well. And right when we transitioned to the writing, something happens. We've locked eyes. It's this very intense moment. And then all of a sudden he throws me off and runs to the bathroom and is like, oh shit. And we didn't really know why. And then Tony decides to look through the footage and we notice in the condom that it is full of stuff. Which meant we had to kind of regroup, start over. At the time, this was back when injectable erectile aids were
Not as accessible.
It was just not as accessible. Not most people. Most people didn't have it at the time, which meant he had to wait a little while before the pipes started moving again. However, we got there. Also, my cum shot. I was on my back for the end. It was huge and beautiful.
Yes.
I was so proud of myself for my first ever scene. Tony calls cut and is just like,
he missed it.
he's like, I might not have gotten it on camera. And I was just like, wait. The thing is, we just checked for footage. He could check on footage. I don't know if he was being completely honest. I think he might have wanted another
He's
angle
a
of
liar.
it. Is he?
He's a big liar.
Does he lie?
Yeah, Tony lies.
Does he listen to this podcast? I doubt it. Anyway, but he ended up doing a fake shot, which was so silly. He basically and every director, by the way, you guys has totally different methods. So of doing a fake cum shot. So what he did was he was like, we're gonna fill up a condom with Cetaphil, which is a facial cleanser that looks very much like,
but the right kind.
certain
there's
kind.
one that's clear, and then there's one that looks like cum.
Very much like pearly, viscous liquid. So he filled it with that, poked a hole at the end, and I'm like pretending, and I have it hidden underneath my wiener, and then like right when I like make my moans, I squeeze it, and sometimes it looked so silly. It looked like it was just so much.
How many times did you have to do it?
I think like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, we finished, went home, didn't see him that night because I went out with friends, and then the next day had this beautiful moment because they called us in to do some stills, and we kind of like asked the photographer to leave us before we went to the airport, and then continued to have.
That's the craziest part of that story for me.
Why is that?
After you're done shooting, you kept going in the set and had an unfilmed sexual encounter in the set that you've been in all day.
It was really
that was
romantic.
A very long and complicated
it was
shoot.
really romantic. Very sweet way to end my first
Most people
time.
want to just get the fuck out and eat something.
Mm-hmm. And we were having pillow talk, and the sweetest way to end it was like we basically admitted to each other our real names, which was like a really sweet I was just like, oh my God, Joe, you've been so amazing. Thank you so much. And he was like, my name is Tommy. And I was like, it's nice to meet you, Tommy.
Do you remember people's real names when they tell you them?
Like film, like
Usually,
performers?
Yeah. Like if you meet someone once and you film with them, and then they tell you their real name, and then you might not see them for as long as you see them. You might not talk to them in a while. And you'd be like, oh wait, what was his real name?
Maybe
I know he told me.
He and I became Facebook friends, and that was the last time I saw him. I always wish that we saw each other again because this chemistry was so fire. But I remembered his.
I save people in my phone, and the contacts, I put their porn name under first name, their full porn name, and then in last name in parentheses, I write their full.
That's nice.
Their full real name.
Look at you.
And then I know both. Whether either one I'm gonna remember, I'll probably remember one of them.
Yeah.
Or a part of one of them.
Yeah.
And then I'll see.
Well, so that was Hole 2. I got on the DVD cover. It was really fun. Got to work with Raging a bunch after that. Tell us really quickly about Scrum.
Oh my
Scrum.
gosh, Scrum.
That
my first
word
film.
kills me.
Yeah, so it was a rugby theme. It was a locker room set.
Yeah.
Starts with me in the shower.
Looking delicious,
fine.
by the way.
Oh, yes. And another episode you mentioned my hair. Like in this episode you mentioned my hair.
Yeah, because it's really good.
But it's happened before because this one just got released. But you've mentioned it before. I've mentioned where I get my hair cut. And so the next time after that one aired, I went in to get a haircut, and my barber Jordan was like, "Oh my God! Like 15 of my clients came in and said they heard me mentioned on your podcast." And I was like, I will be coming for free haircuts from now on.
Well, plug him right now. Jordan who? Where is he?
At the Barber's Den on Santa Monica.
I'm going to go there.
Yeah, and
I need a haircut.
If you go and get your haircut there, you might see a porn star. You might have a sighting. Because I know some other people. I know some of us go there.
And this episode is sponsored by the Barber's Den. So yeah, you looked great. Your hair looked great. Your body was on point. Chad and Killian. You said it was also Chad's first.
It was like December of 2020.
And Chad's first scene as well as yours.
Yes. And I had talked with Chad before. I ended up doing some other stuff like other content trips with Chad
Yeah.
after that. But it was very acrobatic. There's a lot of twists and turns.
Every single position you can imagine, except for the DP, which I think you guys wanted to do.
We didn't get to do the DP. Trenton Ducati talked us out of it. He said,
Yeah.
"I think you might be reaching for the stars here."
Well, because you don't want to throw in everything with the kitchen sink.
I
But I mean, the
know.
thing is also, and this was
We just had a lot of energy. We had so much energy because we were excited to be there. I don't remember it being a long day, even though it was, because I was having a
Do
really
you
good
remember
time.
how long it was? I'm curious.
I mean,
because you
with
guys
the
covered a
B-roll,
lot.
There was B-roll first. Because I remember getting there. And I was doing my stills the first thing I got there, and it was with Trenton Ducati, and I didn't know that he was. I was like, why the fuck is Trenton Ducati? I knew who Trenton Ducati was. I was like, why the fuck is he taking my pictures? I didn't know he worked for
Right.
Raging Stallion, and then so I was excited about that, and then I saw Brian Bonds as like a lighting guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck is Brian Bonds working on the crew in my fucking scene?
Yeah.
Because I knew who he was. And then, but everybody was masked because,
Yeah.
because of COVID. And yeah, it was just I mean, it had to have been, it was dark when we got out and it was early when we started.
Okay.
So, but it also was December. So it was
Well-
probably got dark around 5:30 in Vegas.
Okay.
And Sean Majors, who was in the B-roll
Yes.
from the earlier part.
Beautiful Sean Majors.
Yes.
I wonder what he's up to.
And Chad and Brian and I, or maybe it was just Chad and Sean. We went to the strip and like had some food, got some food,
Yeah.
and then came back and had a 4-way with Brian.
Like in the hotel room.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching it and being very excited. It was it's a hot scene. It's very brightly lit. You guys all look super alabaster in your
Pale.
in your winter coats.
Winter
but
skin.
it looked like a lot of fun. You like the dicks were hard, the holes were open. You guys were having a great time. And it was very clear to me watching it why they asked you
Yeah.
to be an exclusive, because you kind of take over the scene. And
Thank you.
and which we're going to talk. I have some notes also for our next episode, which you guys will see in 2 weeks, in which we talk a little bit about some of our current content
yes, on our spicy pages.
on our spicy pages,
I
which
think you can say spicy page.
spicy page.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what everyone's calling it these days.
So I think that's a good wrap up, right?
That's it.
Like, yeah, we just wanted to like give you guys a little bit of since we weren't able to get the full episode on video. Please follow our websites below where you can find our spicy pages, as well as a way to listen to this episode in its entirety.
Yeah, listen to it in the car.
Yeah.
Put your headphones
Yes.
in.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it for me for this episode. See you in a couple weeks, you guys. I'm Adam Ramzi.
I'm Cole Connor.
All right, we'll see you guys next
ya.
time.